Hi, St. Monica parents. This is Mrs. Last. This video is not serving as my state of the school, but rather as an update to the incident that occurred on campus today. As you received an email from me stating that the school was placed in a shelter in place due to an unsafe person in our church. I just want to provide some clarity to what had occurred. Today, a member of our church staff notified me that they were with an unsafe person and asked that I call 911. At that time, our office staff called 911. I put the school in a shelter in place under an abundance of caution, which means students continued learning inside of their classrooms, but the doors remained locked. I continued to check, making sure that all of the classroom doors were locked and secured safely. There was one classroom that needed to move locations because the doors did not lock. That class was notified separately. That class was in the gym. The officers responded within 5 minutes of us making contact. The person that we were concerned about, they deemed as not having a safety concern. He was not armed. He was advised to leave the church, and he did willingly, and he was told not to return. At that point, the police department said that we could lift our shelter in place and resume to school as normal. So we did so. I communicated this with teachers and then sent out the communication to families. It is not appropriate for families to be reaching out to members of our staff and members of our school community inquiring about school incidents. If you have any questions or concerns about anything that happens on campus or communication that comes out by me, please communicate to me. Please reach out to me so that I can provide clarity. That's my job as your school leader. I appreciate your understanding and concern in the situation. We were well prepared. We responded quickly and effectively, and we learned a few lessons along the way. In tomorrow's weekly reminder, there will be a more detailed outline on the difference between a shelter in place and a lockdown. But the biggest difference is that for a lockdown, it means the unsafe person is likely armed or has some sort of weapon. For a shelter in place, we continue learning. We just lock our doors and we continue learning, and it's for something in our area. Maybe it's a disgruntled situation or a student fight that would deem for a shelter in place, so that there aren't kids in and out witnessing something that could potentially get heated or be unsafe. But for a lockdown situation, the unsafe person would be considered armed or have some sort of weapon. We were not in a lockdown. We were in a shelter in place. And again, I will give you our safety plan in detail during our weekly reminder tomorrow. Again, please reach out to me with any questions or concerns, and I'm happy to provide you any details that I can. Continue to pray for our school community. I'm really proud of the kids and how well they responded. I'm proud of our teachers for how calm they were, and our office staff for responding quickly. Take care and have a good evening.